Guys, my name's Rebecca Hardy, and I'm a senior at Salisbury University, and this is my before and after story. The word that I would use to describe my life before Christ is controlling. I grew up in a Christian home with Christian parents and my two older sisters. Naturally, being the baby of the family, it gave me a loud voice, and being the youngest sibling, I always wanted to get the last word in edgewise. Growing up, my mom made lists for everything, and I mocked her for the simple fact that she couldn't remember anything and needed to write it down. The funny thing is that today, even at age 22, I'm the one making lists. Being the youngest sibling often gave me the tendency to want to be the leader, to want to be like my big sisters, and to be in charge. This then overflowed into other areas of my life. Not only did I want to get the last word in, but I also wanted to be in charge and make decisions. Now, this slightly came from a fear of not trusting others around me. And if I wasn't the one doing a task, I assumed that it wouldn't get done. Or I assumed that it wouldn't get done to my standards, and that I automatically considered it to be wrong in my eyes. I love to keep myself busy and active, and I'd much rather have a ton of things to do than sit at home and be bored with nothing to do. With constantly overwhelming myself with to-do lists and constant schedules, it eventually became too overwhelming. I couldn't complete everything on my list, and I felt like I was failing. I felt the pressure that I couldn't handle it all. Growing up, I would have said that I was a Christian. I understood the gospel, and I believed in Jesus and what he did for me. I knew that God loved me and had a wonderful plan for my life. I knew that I was broken and separated from God because of my sin. But it wasn't until when I came to college and got involved with Crew that I truly learned and truly believed that God wants to know me personally. I knew he always loved me, but for some reason, the fact that he wanted to know me personally was what clicked for me. I knew that God sent his son Jesus to pay the ultimate price for me and for my past sin and all my wrongdoings in my life. But I never grasped the heart knowledge that Jesus wants to continue to carry my burdens. He wants to continue to do that. One night in college, when I was extremely overwhelmed and stressed, I went to a friend of mine to vent to her, and her words to me were, "Rebecca, without you, the world will keep spinning." It was as if a light bulb went off in my head. The idea that I'm not in charge, and if you remove me from the situation and the world, that it will indeed keep spinning. And I'm so thankful that that's true, because if I was in charge, my world would just fall apart, and your world would fall apart. Which brings me to the word that I would choose to describe my life after Christ, or truly knowing him, and living for him and not for myself. And that word is free. Once I entered college and truly understood God's goodness and everything that he has to offer me, I started seeking God more and more and wanting to know him personally too. But when a friend told me that phrase, it was as if all the puzzle pieces finally matched. I realized that I can't do everything, that I'm not perfect, and that I can't be the ultimate superwoman and can't do everything I constantly overwhelm myself with and put all into lists in my head. But knowing that God meets me where I'm at, no matter where I am in life, how messy or chaotic my life can be at times, I know that Jesus freed me from myself. He allowed me to be free from my sin, from my worry, from my anxiety, and from my need to be in control. And when I fully let God be in charge of my life, that's when everything started to work out and be good, and all that God had intended it to be. God doesn't want me to be stressed and overwhelmed or to be in charge. He wants me to let him be in charge, and knowing that he's in charge is extremely freeing and extremely such a blessing. Now, if you can relate to anything I've said or have any questions about who God is, how he can know you personally, or how you too can feel free, I'd love to talk to you. Feel free to comment below or contact me, and if you're seeking more and you're in the Salisbury area, I would really encourage you to come check out Crew this Thursday, April 25th in Devilbiss 123. I'd love to see you there, and thanks for watching, guys.